Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench.
The crowd erupted, some in disbelief, others in fury. Caitlin Clark was down, flat on the hardwood. Kennedy Carter had just shoved the WNBA's biggest star to the ground. No play on the ball, no accident, just pure intent. For a moment, it seemed like Clark might stay there, but here's the thing. She doesn't just take hits, she answers them. And when she does, she takes over. On June 1st, 2024, the Indiana Fever faced off against the Chicago Sky in a game that had been circled on calendars for weeks. The hype was real, the stakes were high, and the rivalry was brewing. From the moment both teams stepped onto the court, it was clear this wasn't going to be a clean game. The Sky came out aggressive, determined to throw Clark off her rhythm. If they thought physicality would shake her, they were in for a rude awakening.
First WNBA meeting between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. The Fever and the Sky are underway at game.
Right from the opening tip, Chicago wasted no time setting the tone, sinking a quick two-pointer. But Caitlin Clark had an answer with no hesitation. She pulled up from deep and drilled a three, igniting the crowd and silencing the doubters.
First in the league in fast break points.
Clark connects on a deep three.
Both teams battled relentlessly, trading buckets, fighting for rebounds, and refusing to back down. The game was a deadlock, with neither side giving an inch. Then, in an instant, Caitlin Clark made her move, not with a shot, but with a pinpoint. Laser pass, threading the needle for an effortless bucket.
To the Commissioner's Cup final. What a dish. Down the floor. Wallace, the finish plus the foul.
It was a display of pure brilliance, but Chicago wasn't about to let her steal the show. They hit back, hard. The physicality ramped up, tensions flared, and the Sky leaned into their intimidation factor. But Clark was unfazed. She launched another three-point bomb, keeping Indiana in the fight.
Understand their impact and what it has done and how they are living out their dreams today.
And right on cue.
Chicago pushed back, determined to match Indiana's intensity. But the buzzer put the battle on pause. Indiana held a slim two-point lead, but the message was loud and clear. They weren't backing down. As the second quarter tipped off, Caitlin Clark wasted no time making her mark. With pinpoint precision, she fired a laser pass, setting up an effortless bucket and keeping Indiana in control.
Allowed too much dribble penetration.
Well, it allows them. Oh, what a dive. My goodness, the pass from Clark.
The momentum had shifted, and Indiana knew it. With the lead in their hands, the Fever locked in on defense, battling for every possession. But their relentless focus on protection made them predictable, giving Carter the perfect opening to strike.
Reese working Boston. 6 to shoot. Carter flips it up and in. Kennedy Carter just so difficult.
Chicago stood its ground as the battle raged on. With the final minutes of the quarter ticking away, Clark delivered a clutch assist to Mitchell, keeping the Fever in the fight. The score remained deadlocked at 31, setting the stage for an intense showdown.
Here's Evans, the former Louisville star, out to Carter, her three, off the mark, long board, Wallace to get ahead, Mitchell to the cup.
The tension in the arena was electric. Neither team would break, neither would bend. As the second quarter came to a close, one thing was certain. If either side wanted this win, they'd have to take it. By the time the third quarter began, Chicago had something to prove. Indiana still held the lead, but the Sky weren't just playing, they were hunting. Kennedy Carter seized the moment, blazing past Clark and driving to the hoop for an effortless two.
Downtown as Mr. Last Five. Carter just blurs by Clark, who didn't turn around, and an easy two for Kennedy Carter.
The intensity surged as the Indiana Fever fought tooth and nail to protect their lead, but Chicago refused to back down. Boston battled fiercely, determined to keep the Sky within striking distance, setting the stage for an electrifying showdown.
Boston, mid-range fake, the pull-up, short, the follow, no, another chance, won't go for Boston. Loose ball, this time,
It was a fierce battle, and then, in a flash, it happened. With 15 seconds left in the quarter, Carter dribbled, drove hard to the rim, and nailed the shot. The crowd erupted as the Sky surged back, momentum shifting in their favor. But Carter wasn't done making a statement. She stepped toward Clark and delivered a brutal shove, sending her crashing to the floor.
Mabry doubled off to Carter. Her jumper is good. Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench. Her and Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
The arena erupted as Clark hit the floor. She didn't even have the ball. The whistle blew, and after a review, the refs made the call, a clear foul. A free throw was awarded, and as expected, Clark stepped up and calmly sank it.
One in. Clark goes to wide and hits the first.
As the buzzer echoed through the arena, the scoreboard said it all. Chicago Sky 49, Indiana Fever 54. They had tried to knock Caitlin Clark down, but if this game proved anything, it was this. She wasn't staying down. Not now, not ever. With the final stretch ahead, Chicago locked in on Clark, determined to shut her down. But Clark? She was about to show them, with skill and poise, that she was unstoppable. It didn't take long for her to seize the moment, snatching a rebound, and orchestrating a play so smooth, so precise, that it left fans and spectators in awe.
Carter met by Boston. Williams bricks it. Clark another rebound. Tosses ahead. Wheeler extra feed. Oh, that was pretty!
The ball swished through the net, but Chicago struck back immediately. Drawing a foul, Indiana not only got the fast break bucket, they earned a free throw too, the F to three-point play.
The fast three-point play.
The fast break or the match?
The scoreboard read 57-64, with Indiana still in the lead, but Chicago refused to back down. The battle intensified as both teams dug in. Defenses tightened, offenses pressed harder, and whistles rang out as the referees fought to maintain control. Through every shove, every block, and every ounce of pressure, Caitlin Clark refused to break. She weaved through the chaos and delivered yet another clutch bucket, proving once again that she was built for the moment.
Guarded by Evans. Clark. 6 to shoot. Backing down. Clark leans in and banks it home. An astute and composed.
By that point, Caitlin Clark had racked up 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. But Chicago kept pushing, with Kennedy Carter sinking a smooth two-pointer to close the gap.
Now Carter a three. It is good. Kennedy Carter is.
The momentum shifted once again as Chicago pushed for a three. Angel Reese sent Clark to the ground, a blatant foul, but the ref must have been looking the other way because no whistle was blown.
Here for Chicago. Here is Carter. Kicking it out. Evans fakes the three, takes the two, and knocks it down. A lot of contact from Reese on Clark underneath.
No whistle. No call. Just shock and disbelief rippling through the arena as the game raged on. The final 20 seconds arrived with Indiana clinging to a slim lead. Desperation set in as the Fever scrambled to defend, but in the chaos, they committed a costly foul.
Mabry down 2. Mabry loses the handle and a foul is called.
The crowd held its breath. This was Chicago's chance to tie the game. The tension was unbearable, but Ma stepped up and missed.
Continue to communicate with her with what she wants.
Mabry misses.
The arena erupted as Clark launched the ball skyward, the buzzer sounding in triumph. And with that, the game was sealed.
The backcourt for Wheeler. Someone's got to get to her. They can't. Wheeler trying to waste the clock. Up to Clark. Clark throws it up in the air. And Indiana has its first home win of the season.
The Indiana Fever had done it, their first home win of the season. Despite the fouls, the physicality, and the relentless pressure, Caitlin Clark stood tall and made them pay for it. As Indiana celebrated, Kennedy Carter, The same player who had bulldozed Clark in the third quarter could only bow her head, silenced. The final score? Indiana Fever 71, Chicago Sky 70. But the drama didn't end there. Carter's controversial foul on Clark was officially ruled a flagrant, and in a post-game interview, when pressed for answers, she refused to say a word.
Yeah. I ain't answering no questions. I don't know what she said. I didn't say anything.
That's enough.
Later, Carter took to social media to throw shade at Caitlin Clark, questioning her skill set. She was quoted saying, "Besides three-point shooting, what does she bring to the table, man?" Meanwhile, Coach Sides didn't hold back, calling the foul unacceptable. Clark, however, remained unfazed. She brushed off the controversy, saying she was used to physical play, having grown up competing against her brothers. To her, this was nothing new.
The basketball is the boys, so it's always been physical and feisty, and that's what it is. You got to find a way to hold your own, so turn around and do that. And then
To make matters worse, Angel Reese was hit with a fine for skipping the post-game press conference, probably because by then she had nothing left to say. The message was clear. Caitlin Clark had done the talking, and the entire league heard it loud and clear, and with that, this unforgettable showdown came to an end. Clark didn't just take the hits, she turned them into headlines. In a game fueled by intensity, fouls, and controversy, she proved that no amount of physicality could break her. What do you think? Did the game cross the line, or is this just part of the rivalry? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action.